You didn't get tired because you worked too hard today. You got tired because you didn't move enough. Here's something that messed with my head when I first heard it. The human body wasn't built to rest. It was built to walk. For thousands of years, our ancestors covered 12 to 15 kilometers a day just to survive. That movement wasn't exercise. It was oxygen. It was medicine. It was a thing keeping every system in the body switched on. Now, we sit for 10, sometimes 12 hours a day, and we wonder why we're anxious, foggy, inflamed, and exhausted. But here's what the 1 million view videos on this topic never tell you. The changes that happen when you start walking daily aren't just physical. Some of them will change how you think, how you feel, and quietly who you are. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 real changes backed by science that happen when walking becomes a daily habit. Not the obvious stuff like you burn calories. Anyone can tell you that. I'm talking about what happens inside your brain at the 30-minute mark that people pay hundreds of dollars in supplements to replicate. The change that happens to your joints that is the exact opposite of what most doctors tell you. And the identity shift, the one that nobody talks about, that might be the most powerful thing on this entire list. Number 7 is the one most people completely ignore, and it's the reason you're probably not sleeping well. Let's start with something urgent. Every time you eat, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas dumps insulin to clean it up. Do this enough times while staying sedentary and your cells stop listening. That's insulin resistance. That's the road to type 2 diabetes. But here's the thing. Walking opens a back door. When your muscles contract rhythmically, step, 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 they pull glucose directly out of your bloodstream to use as fuel. No insulin needed. The American Diabetes Association found that a 15-minute walk after a meal reduces blood sugar spikes more effectively than some medications. You're not just moving, you're processing your own metabolic waste in real time. This one sounds like a lie. It's not. When you walk for 30 to 40 minutes, your brain releases a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of it as fertilizer for your neurons. New connections form, new cells are born. And it doesn't happen everywhere equally. It happens mostly in the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory, learning, and emotional control. Here's the brutal truth. The hippocampus is the first region to shrink as you age. Walking slows that shrinkage. In some cases, it reverses it. Most people live in a state of low-grade emergency. Emails at 9 p.m., traffic, news. Your body is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. But you're not running from anything. You're just sitting. So that cortisol has nowhere to go. Your body finally gets to do what cortisol was designed for. Fuel movement. The moment you start walking, your nervous system gets the signal. The threat is handled. We are moving. We are safe. Cortisol drops. Anxiety softens. The mental fog you've had since 2 p.m.? Gone. Here's the one most people miss. Morning light plus movement is the single most powerful way to reset your circadian rhythm. When you walk outside in the morning, even just 20 minutes, your brain registers light through your eyes and sets an internal timer. It knows when to release melatonin that night. No morning walk. That timer never gets set properly. You lie in bed at 11 p.m. exhausted but wired. This is why so many people feel like they can't switch off. They never switched on properly in the morning. I need to kill a myth right here. People say walking wears down your knees. The truth is the exact opposite. Your cartilage, the cushioning in your knees and hips, has no blood supply. It gets its nutrients from synovial fluid, and the only way that fluid moves is through pressure and release, compression and decompression. Every single step you take squeezes nutrients in and waste products out, like a sponge being rinsed. If you stop walking to protect your knees, you're starving them. The cartilage dries out. It cracks. That's arthritis. That's bone on bone. Walking isn't what damages your joints. Sitting is. Here's the problem. Your lymph has no pump. Your heart pumps blood. Nothing pumps lymph. It relies entirely on muscle movement to circulate.
When you sit all day, your immune soldiers sit with you, stuck, stagnant. When you walk, your calf muscles act as a second heart, pumping lymph fluid upward, circulating immune cells, clearing out toxins.
You are literally patrolling your own body just by going for a walk. There's a state that neuroscientists call transient hypofrontality. Big word, simple idea. When you walk, the prefrontal cortex, the part that overthinks, worries, judges, goes quiet. Not off, just quieter. A Stanford study found that creative output increased by 81% while walking, compared to sitting. Some problems can't be thought through. They have to be walked through. Your spinal discs are sponges too. No direct blood supply. They get nutrients the same way your cartilage does, through movement. Walking pumps fluid into those discs. It strengthens the muscles that hold your spine upright, the erector spinae. It decompresses the lower back. Most back pain isn't caused by doing too much. It's caused by sitting too long. And the fix isn't rest. It's controlled, consistent movement. The Journal of Psychiatric Research studied people with major depression. Walking 30 minutes a day significantly reduced their symptoms, in some cases rivaling antidepressant medication. And here's why. Walking releases endorphins and serotonin, yes, but more importantly, it burns off the cortisol and adrenaline that create the chemical environment where depression and anxiety thrive. Your body and your mind are not separate systems. When you move forward physically, something shifts emotionally too. It's not poetic. It's biochemistry. This is the one nobody puts on their list, and it might be the most important. When you walk every day, not once a week, every day, something quiet happens. You stop being someone who tries to be healthy, you become someone who moves. That's not a small thing. Look at the blue zones, the places in the world where people live past 100 the most. Okinawa, Sardinia, Ikaria. These people don't have gym memberships. They walk. To the market, to a neighbor's house, through their gardens. The secret to longevity isn't intensity, it's consistency. And consistency doesn't start with motivation, it starts with identity. Once you see yourself as someone who walks, the habit stops being a decision. It's just who you are. So here's what you now know that most people don't. Walking is an entry-level exercise. It's not what you do when you're too old or too unfit for the real stuff. It is a full-body biological reset. It grows your brain, feeds your joints, burns your stress hormones, fixes your sleep, patrols your immune system, and unlocks your creativity, all at the same time. And it's free. You don't need equipment, you don't need a gym, you need shoes and a door. Here's my challenge to you. Not 10,000 steps, not a 5 a.m. wake up, not a 30-day transformation plan. Just go outside today. For 20 minutes, no phone, no podcast, just walk and look around. Do that for 7 days straight and tell me in the comments what changes first. Is it your sleep, your mood, the clarity in your head on the walk back? Because I want to know. And honestly, you'll want to know too. If this landed for you, hit subscribe. I put out videos every week on small habits that compound into completely different lives.